Hello everyone, welcome back to El-levate. If you've been following my last video, you know Africa Climate Summit 2, ACS2, is coming to Addis Ababa this September. Today, let's go deeper into what to expect, the themes, the coordination, and the outcomes that this summit aims to deliver. So this year's theme is Accelerating Global Climate Solutions, Financing for Africa's Resilience and Development. It's built on two major pillars. The first one is showcasing African solutions for climate action, which is highlighting homegrown innovations, policies, and practices that work from nature-based approaches to cutting-edge technologies. And the second pillar is unlocking scalable climate finance, which is tackling barriers to accessing finance and promoting new financial tools so African countries can scale up what works. And there are different thematic areas across the three main days. Day one basically will be on nature-based solutions, tech innovations, renewable energy, and resilient infrastructure. Day two will be on adaptation and resilience, from climate-smart agriculture to early warning systems. Day three will be on climate finance, which is shifting from aid to large-scale investment in African-led solutions. And in the description, I'll put the registration link for you, so you can register to get your badge, and also you can also keep up with pre-summit webinars and different engagements that are being held up to the Africa Climate Summit. So when we look at the schedule of the Africa Climate Summit, I'll put it here in the screen for you. And day 0, which is pre-summit engagements, September 5 to 7. The climate week starts at September 5. So there will be registration and badge collection first, and then there will be AGN, which is Africa Group of Negotiators. Africa Group of Negotiators is a group that represents Africa in international climate talks. So these are a group of experts that negotiate in Africa's behalf, and every country is represented, I believe. So let's go back to the schedule. Yes, CCDA, which is the 13th Conference on Climate and Development in Africa, which is a technical meeting that's feeding into Africa Climate Summit 2 discussions. And then we have the Youth Assembly, which is a gathering of young leaders before Africa Climate Summit 2 to shape youth-led climate priorities. And then we have a city tour, exhibition, cultural events for different delegations that are coming from all over Africa and elsewhere in the world as well. Then there will be a media and press briefing. Speaking of the media and press briefings, there are regular press briefings that are being held by the Ministry of Planning and Development. You could also be following their social media pages. I'll link them in the description. So you can be following their pages to keep up to date about this media briefings that are happening, and almost regularly every week there's always a webinar, usually on Thursdays. So you can keep yourself updated. You can log in and hear more details about the Africa Climate Summit 2. So day 1 is going to be there's going to be registration, there's going to be opening ceremony of pavilions, and opening ceremony of high-level leaders summit, and heads of state and government statements, lunch, and there's going to be a focus on nature-based solutions, accelerating finance for climate solutions, and also other dialogues, as you can see. Not all sessions are going to be open for everybody. Some of them will be VIP and will be open for certain only for certain people, and it might be difficult to access all the sessions, but it's very important to be there and access those that you can, and follow social media pages, online attendance, and all of that, and also updates on the ACS2 pages. And also you can be there and network with other people as well. Day 2, September 9, there will be also a schedule of events that you can see on day 2. Day 3 as well, we have a schedule. So there's also the color mapping that you see here is supposed to indicate different things, like trying to describe what each of the colors mean. So the lighter one, the lightest one of all, shows that this event, the invitations, can be done by the government, by the host country, which is in this case Ethiopia, and it can be in the convention center, Addis Convention Center, or throughout the city. And then the highlight green one shows side events and exhibitions at pavilions and booths, and the others also have their own meanings. So you can screenshot this and also use it as a reference for upcoming for when this summit will take place. The ACS2 is coordinated by Ethiopia's Ministry of Planning and Development, together with the African Union, supported by a steering committee that's under the Prime Minister's office. They're working with AU member states, UN agencies, development partners, civil society, youth, and private sector leaders to make this a truly Pan-African and inclusive event. And there are a list of expected outcomes and outputs from this summit, and some of the things that this summit aims to deliver are the Addis Ababa Declaration, which is Africa's united voice on climate solutions, which is aimed to influence COP30, the G20, and the UN General Assembly. There will also be a solution showcase and report. This is spotlighting 70 plus African-led initiatives with global impact potential. And another aim is financial commitments, multi-million-dollar pledges for green investments, and also a roadmap for climate finance reform, which is scaling up grants-based funding and investment mechanisms. And another aim is high-level participation with 45 plus heads of states and government, 50 plus official events, and over 300 side events. And that's a big, huge participation, guys. And there's also going to be exhibition and pavilions with 24 country and organization pavilions, hosting talks and a wide range of networking opportunities. So there's going to be something for everybody. Make sure you're there to network, especially if you're a climate advocate interested in these areas. Make sure you're there to network and make the most of it. So as for the registration process, I'll be linking the registration link in the description, and also I'm going to show you a demo or a screen record of how the process looks like. You're going to need your ID and your passport and a photograph, which should align with the certain specifications. So I might not be able to go through the whole registration process because I've already done for myself, and there's no need to register twice, but I'll take you up to the point that I can and just give you just an insight as to what the homepage and what it looks like. So I'll put the link in the description. So you'll input that link into your browser, or if you're using your phone, you'll input that into your browser, and it takes you to the homepage that's displayed now. And then you'll click on the register button, and it will take you to this page where it asks you your email address, and also there's a code, and you should input that code very accurately. After you do that, you'll receive an email address. If you input the code correctly, you receive an email address that contains email and password, your own email, and also a password that you can log into the ACS2 portal. So after that, I'll put a screenshot of the email from my phone, and then you'll input that the password that you got, and then you can log into the portal. And and then it takes you to this page where you input your credentials, your name, your title, and then it takes you, when you go lower to the page, it asks you more information, and around the end of the form you can upload your passport and also a picture. So when you upload your picture, there are clear guidelines as to what your picture needs to look like and what it shouldn't look like. So make sure you follow those guidelines, and then you submit your picture and your photo. In short, Africa Climate Summit 2 is about showing the world that Africa has solutions and deserves the finance to scale them. I'll be covering it in real time this September, so hit subscribe and join me as we watch Africa's climate leadership in action. Have a great week.